Hello, Samantha. How are you?
Happy Mother's Day.
Alrighty, hello everybody. This is Frank Aguilar, the director of Strange Films, and I am here with my very special guests, Maryann Fisher, and my dad, Frank Aguilar, the co-creator and collaborator of Strange Films. And we are here talking about Happy Mother's Day, the commentary of the film. And of course, we have our award-winning Best Actress, Maryann, with us to talk about and watch the film with us. So, hi, Maryann. Hi, Frank. How you guys doing?
Good. Hi, August.
How you
I'm
doing?
doing well. It's good to be here.
I've got our poster in the back representing here for us, and we're going to watch the film, and we're going to talk about it. Feel free to chime in at any point that you want while we watch, and we'll discuss a little bit about it after. And, yeah. So, Happy Mother's Day, of course, what is a direct sequel to Cindy's Birthday Party. And, you know, Cindy's Birthday Party was one of our most popular films that we got to do, me and my dad. And it just ended up being such a really popular thing that we kind of just randomly came together and was like, what if we made a film with Cindy grown up?
And then we got like really charged after that. As soon as we talked about, we're like, boom.
Whenever we said that, it was just like when we talked about Butch, Dad. You know, when we talked about Butch, we were just like, boom, and we just went off with it. But when we talked about Cindy, what she would do when she was older, we just kind of went with it. And then I came up with Happy Mother's Day, or we came up with Happy Mother's Day, and this is and here's Happy Mother's Day. So we're gonna watch Happy Mother's Day right now and kind of get into it. And here we go.
That's cool. I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, it's a good watch. So, you know, what I wanted with Happy Mother's Day, the comparison to Cindy's, I wanted it to be extra. You know, I wanted it to grow up also. I wanted
And a
it
little
to be
bit too.
more scary, more weird, more everything, more mature. You know, it takes place 10 years later after Cindy's birthday party. So
We got to see what Mother looked like.
yeah, you never saw what Mother looked like. You never knew really what happened. But I really love this opening, and we only did it because we had the opportunity. We saw this room, and I said, this is just too cool for shots to not get.
I don't know what happened to this guy. I don't even talk to him.
We never heard from him again.
No, I never heard of him again.
That is hilarious.
That's creepy.
Right? Same opening for Cindy's at home.
Oh, it's so cute.
Uh-oh.
Here we are, Maryann.
Usually so. I have no idea.
Oh, trust me, my family provides lots of company. A little bit too much, actually.
Happy Mother's Day.
I love that line. No, you look really good just already, just kind of bringing this
A nice introduction for those two.
Let me
Yeah.
go Mr. Grimshaw and Jonas.
Okay, and
And I like how this right
Mr.
here in this
Grimshaw takes care of my
background.
mom when she's really ill.
Oh, this
And
dialogue
Jonas is my little
weird
brother,
too, of
but
course,
he's a little bit shy because he got in an accident.
She's
You know,
fucking
just
nuts.
Great. Grace is good.
She is. I know. I wish she was here. Gracie and everyone couldn't join us tonight, guys. But this image.
I like how the TV stayed like that.
SpongeBob. That was such. We just randomly paused it, and
I
it
remember
was like
that.
that. Yeah. We just randomly paused it, and it was like that. And then, you know,
Let's keep it creepy.
adding these little subtle cues, you know, having Gracie come back behind this and whatnot, you know, those are really, really nice touches to this first half of the film. This first half of the film is very, very, like, ominous, like, what's
There's my
going
man.
on, psychological, you know. And our man,
Dan.
Dan, I love you, Dan. Thanks for always helping us and helping produce these films. But Hannibal Lecter was my biggest influence for this guy right here.
she's here. Come introduce yourself and bring Jonas.
Yes.
Crazy guy. You know what? I'm proud of him. He really, really brought it that day.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't even expect him to bring this old white hip hop suit out.
Yeah,
You know,
what a weird but cool touch.
Just a weird dude overall. Like you just get a feeling, but you can't put your finger on it.
Yeah.
But what's great about it is that suit is white, but when he's a chauffeur, it's black.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's
like
very, very contradicting. It's very the contrast is really, really cool.
Come on, boy. We got company.
So aggressive here. I love it.
Let's go. We got company.
But when Dan was sending us
Be on
all
your
these
best behavior.
photos, I
You
really
understand me?
couldn't put the story all
Let's
together
go.
in my head until I was there. When we went and checked out the location the day before we shot, and Dad, you're my witness. I rewrote the whole script that day. I was like,
I remember you sent me to that night.
Yeah, I sent it to you that night. I said, I know it's a big change, but I this is the new script.
Look at Brandon's face. We should have covered that arm.
I know. That's honestly that's probably that's one of the most cringiest things for me in this.
Oh, me! Every time I look at Dan.
His arm right here, but it is what it is. But Gracie right here, her mouth that she did, those little movements that she did, that was like such a really, really great addition to her character that we never thought of.
You must be Jonas.
I look so uncomfortable.
I don't know about that.
Say much these days, but you can rest assured he's as happy as the rest of us that you're here with us.
Just very creepy though, despite how it looks, it's very, very creepy.
Oh, Mother's in the basement. She likes things nice and dark and cool.
It's not weird at all.
He's funny.
I have to prep her first. But
Jonas,
in the meantime,
poor
how about
Jonas.
I get you guys something to drink.
Juice? I'm good, actually. Thank you, though. 2 juices. Grape is good for you.
Will do. Jonas, how about you go get ready for the party?
He brought it though. I'm really, really happy with Dan and the music in this too. I was really happy finding the different music for these little moments.
Yeah, what's cool about Dan is that even in Cindy's birthday party, he suggested that cool thing at the end.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did. He brought some random things to the scenes of Cindy's and Happy Mother's Day that he just kind of was thinking of or thought would be cool at the time, and it just was like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that it's like he gets into it, which is cool.
Yeah. That's where it gets really weird.
Juice?
She's nuts too, which is really cool because she's
Here we
nuts
go.
in Cindy's.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you.
I like the little mint or whatever that is on the top.
Yeah.
So
Guys,
fancy.
I'm gonna go prepare Mom.
That's weird right there in TV now.
I know. We played it again for some reason. We paused it again. And I'll tell you, Maryann, this scene right here, when I was editing, coming up as far as you drinking this drink and like trying to make it like where you're like getting. This was one of the hardest things for me to edit because I was trying to make sure like you really the audience puts yourself in your perspective and puts you in this like what's going on and then getting kind of drugged and just like but you can tell like it's like you look uncomfortable. Your character looks uncomfortable in this first. It's very unsettling. This first half, it's very unsettling.
How are you feeling?
Just the vibes, I think, tell
absolutely.
a lot about it. Even if you're not in the actual film itself, as being Samantha, you can just tell she's not comfortable.
Yeah. And she's regretting coming over.
It's a bad idea.
Wait, please.
I should have just hung out with my cat.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, this is the tough part.
But I like when it starts to get wild and Maryann just like is a different person.
The second half is bizarre. It takes that left turn where it's just like completely bananas. And of course, I was inspired by Texas Chainsaw Massacre in this part right here, where she's just in this house of nuts, house of wacko.
I like when Dan comes in. Then you can see Maryann screaming in his glasses.
Yeah,
And he doesn't care.
No, he's unfazed. Oh,
Somebody called him the butler. Who was calling him the butler?
yeah, I don't know. I can't remember that.
You.
And Jonah just being weird. Just being a weirdo. But he's never seen another, like someone that maybe he feels a connection to like this. I don't know. He's just he's conflicted. Let's give him some backstory, some character.
Please let me out. Please.
And Dan and
I love when he comes in his chauffeur outfit.
And that didn't we come aside and we were like, damn, those screams. I was terrified. I think this is a real horror movie.
Get me out of here! Don't
There you go.
I love the shot.
I'm tired of you, psycho!
You can
That's
see me in
cool.
the shot, but whatever.
Get away from me! Where are you going? Let me go! Let me go! I didn't do anything to you!
No. That anyway you did.
Here's Donna. Good job tonight. But
I thought Donna was in it.
I love the dialogue between you and Dan. Marianne. You're like talking shit to him. He's just like being very calm.
What is that? What the fuck is that? What is this fucking guy staring at me?
Just comes out just randomly.
Ryan did so well. That's the makeup.
Wow, what is that? What is that, you freak? Somebody help me, please! What's wrong with you, fucking asshole?
Boy, you
Get this
are a place.
You
Shut up, Dusty White! I'll take this off of you, freak!
Oh
Get
my
me
God.
the fuck out of here!
I like this part right here.
You want to kiss mother with that mouth?
Just look at that mouth.
Let me go! Fucking
All right.
asshole!
I said it wrong.
It's
Let me go!
it's weird and wild.
All right.
What's wrong with you?
Here we go.
Oh man, and then it's just really unsettling and terrifying.
Now she finally kind of figures out.
Cindy's
A
laughing.
Look at me! It's Mother's Day! Get off me!
Yeah, Marianne. I mean, I can't believe how much energy you put into this.
Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna have a big mouth.
I bet your voice was hoarse after
Quit
that.
take it off of me!
Hush. You're home now. You're home.
I said, oh, you crazy!
You crazy?
Yes.
Go! Oh my god!
He just smiles.
Wow, they're so nuts. I love it.
Man, that Ryan did. Man, it's best work with us so far.
I wish he could be here to talk about it, but yeah, Ryan did the most amazing work that he's done with us. So
It
far.
was phenomenal.
Project.
It was awesome.
And we gave him a field day when we said he could just spray that room all with blood.
I remember
He
he
was
had
like,
random times.
He was like, really? Just like he was so happy.
But Marianne, I felt bad for your brother. He was like, he had that eye hanging for a long time.
Yeah, he did. I remember it took forever to wash off all the blood. He got back
That
to
for him the most because he was in that stuff for a long time.
But it was funny because we just randomly asked if he wanted to be in that scene. Like it was fun. Like he wasn't included until like we're like we need to add something to this, and we're like, and you were like, you want to be in the movie?
Yeah, that's an unsung hero right there.
Yeah, he did a great. Yeah, thank you. He did a great job on that.
Well, thank you for having him. He says hello, by the way.
Awesome. Yeah, tell him we said thanks.
Of course.
That was actually a hard part.
Yeah, I like to shot over his shoulder.
This is the turn point for Strange Films, I think. Honestly, this is our first film that really brings our victim into a different stance. This scene is one of my absolute favorite things I've ever done. This is amazing. I love it.
I love this scene too. It's hilarious. And just with that little boy comes out with the baseball bat.
And he was in Cindy's birthday party.
Yeah.
Wow. How bizarre. I know.
Hey, who's that actress? She's good.
Maryann, wow, Maryann.
Oh, thank you.
I'm still amazed by that
I'll
performance.
be right back. I gotta get a beer. I'll be right back.
Maryann, what I love about that film, like I was just trying to say at the end there, was you really, really bring a new perspective into strange films with your character. And I know that was honestly, it was rewritten the night before, of course, but like your character escaping this craziness really, really elevates the storytelling, I think. And you're not, and Jonas becoming helping you escape and whatnot, it really just brings a new side of strange films where we're used to just seeing a random character being attacked by something and getting killed, and it's not
Yeah.
you run away and it's terrifying because it's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the end of it where she's just escapes, but she's in just
Yeah.
just completely distraught and terrorized at that point. I actually had some ideas I wanted to include. Of course, we shot this whole thing in a whole day, but I wanted to include, maybe like neighbors like peeking out of the window, watching you scream in the yard. Or
That would have been cool.
like that,
Oh, I love. That's a great idea.
Something like that, right? But of course, we ran into late in the night. We shot this all in like.
Oh, you know what? We had to go to our premiere. That's why.
No, that was Cindy's.
Oh, what do we have to do that night? Nothing.
Nothing. We just shot all day. We were there. We got there like what was like maybe 10, 11 o'clock. But
Yeah,
we
somewhere around
like
there, yeah.
12 or
It was
1.
like a 10-hour day.
Yeah, and we didn't stop shooting till about 9. So
Yeah, it was a long day, but
shoot.
wouldn't change it for a thing.
So, it's a really, really interesting film. I think this film really elevates the storytelling in strange films as far as me directing our what we're trying to accomplish. And this is also the first really direct sequel. Well, there's something down the road in Passenger is connected, but Cindy's Birthday Party and Happy Mother's Day. I mean, you've got a direct like sequel in the series, and it also leaves off to wonder what could happen next. So.
I think it's a great sequel. I think it's a great sequel.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I love this film. And Maryann, when we gave you the initial script in the beginning, when you came onto the project, and then even after the rewrite, but what was your perception kind of coming into the project? What was your thoughts?
I thought you were a great writer. I thought you had a lot of different aspects about the characters. And then when we rewrote it, I thought, this one's even better. I didn't even realize how much just changing a few things here and there can really elevate a character. And of course, Samantha, she's pretty feisty and a fighter,
Yeah.
as everyone can see. And Cindy, she's just has a weird vibe about her. Of course, when Samantha first comes up to her house, she has no idea what's about to happen. So I think it's that level of anxiety with horror and the unknown that really sets it apart from, of course, I've seen other films that are in the horror range, but this one just has a different kind of a je ne sais quoi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, of course, it was a lot of fun to film and work with you guys on that, and I'm excited to see where Cindy and Samantha end up.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
Because I like, even with the mother, she just comes out of nowhere, and the other guy, the
Chauffeur.
Jonas, he's never seen the light of day. He's just there, and it's almost like one of those weird news stories where, like, flowers in the attic, but more of a you've been kidnapped and you can't leave the house kind of thing.
Right.
And he's never seen the light of day, but the fact that he helps her, even though he has no idea who she is in a sense, and he can't really trust her, but he feels a connection with her throughout the whole film, and he's very kind of lost himself. But
Yeah.
I think Samantha kind of gives him an edge to help himself in a way.
Yeah. Dad, when Cindy's Birthday Party was first conceived, we were still very early on in even doing, what we do now. And we were, you came up with the idea, the initial like conception of like Cindy's Birthday Party. And where Cindy's, evolved into what it is now, and then what we did with Happy Mother's Day. Did you ever think that we could, before we first talked about it. You know, what's your idea? I guess what's your perspective on kind of where we started with Cindy's, and then how we got to Happy Mother's Day, and maybe what could we even do later on?
Well, I remember that I had the idea for it, and wrote a little bit of it, and then I gave it to you, but it sat like on the shelf for like a year or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's when it started evolving, was when I met Dan.
Yeah.
And we had that little. Dan came to the shoot of Butch,
mm-hmm.
and then it started from there.
Yeah.
But then I think what the deal, he wanted to get his son in the film or something.
Yeah, he was wanting to do a film. He was wanting to help produce a film, get into filmmaking and this and that. He wanted his son to be involved in a film and this and that. And
Dylan. Uh-huh.
And Dylan, of course. I rewrote Cindy's Birthday Party from your original idea with Dylan's kid, or with Dylan involved in it. And that's kind of how Cindy's Birthday Party evolved.
But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just saying, after that, after we did Cindy's Birthday Party, and then we started talking about the ideas of Happy Mother's Day. What do you think about how that progressed?
Yeah, well, first of all, it was nice to do Cindy's, and then what was that? What'd you say again?
I was just saying how it all progressed, how it came to Happy Mother's Day.
I didn't expect it to be this good. And with the actors that we had, and how we just got, it started off with just an idea. I called you or I messaged you and I said, hey, what do we, if Cindy was 10 years older or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
And then it took off from there. And we got immediately excited, but I didn't think it was going to get to this. And I just was so happy that one of our actors finally won an award. Which I think that's like one of the best things for Strange Films.
Absolutely. And of course,
Maryann win, and I was just rooting for her all the way, and it was.
Thank you.
Well, that was a really exciting weekend. Of course, we had Happy Mother's Day and Pandora screen back to back, and Happy Mother's, and we were nominated for awards for both films in all kinds of different categories. So I was very excited. And Maryann, you drove all the way down to Knoxville with your family, and you watched Happy Mother's Day on this big screen with us. And how was your experience coming to Knoxville and watching that, and then obviously taking home the award of Best Actress?
Yeah, would have been that car ride must have been so happy.
I wish I was in the car ride back home.
I wish I was in the car.
Yeah.
Well, I remember it was the morning of February where Frank messaged me and said, hey, you're nominated. And at first I didn't really realize it. It just kind of happened. I'm like, and then it processed in my head, and I raced downstairs to my mom, and then we looked up the film festival information, and I said, I don't know if we have time to get there, because we had like one day, I think it was.
Yeah.
But my mom said, no, we're going to go down there. I know my mom said she had a feeling I was going to win. Of course, being just because you're not being nominated is a wonderful thing, but when you're nominated, you kind of get a little nervous. Just you get a little bit of jitters. So I was on edge the whole time, and I was excited and happy. But I remember getting there, we ran to some snow. My mom just kept driving through it, of course. So she's a great driver. Nothing was going to stop her at that. We get there, and I just remember getting in there and sitting down like, okay. I kept looking at the time. I'm like, it's almost here. And then they played the film. My mom, she had a great time watching it. My family did. And then they went to announce the winners. And I'm sitting there like, just real tight in my hands waiting. And I hear my name, and I hear the Happy Mother's Day. And I just start screaming. I was so excited.
I know. I love that video. I was like, yeah.
My mom was there, and she was recording a lot of that stuff, like those reactions.
Was it the first time you saw the film, Maryann?
No, I had seen it before when August put it out. I think it was that October. But I
got my time frame mixed up.
But yeah, they played it again, and I remember August was sitting in front of us with Ella, and then we met August's mother, Denise, and she's just the sweetest lady, and she's so nice. And I remember she said something that was very that meant a lot. She said I had a lot of, in that film, I had a lot of raw talent. And I, of course, being an actress, you go through a lot of kind of emotions in your film, but that's exactly what I wanted for Samantha. When I first read the role, she just is, she's but naive, but she's not so naive that she doesn't want to strike back when it comes to it. It's just, she will, she will fight back. But I really love that. And I had a great time. My family loved the whole thing. And of course, I'm very proud of it. I'm proud to represent you all at Strange Films. Happy Mother's Day. And you guys are just wonderful to work with. And this is, it's been a truly wonderful and memorable experience. And like I said, I can't wait to see where Cindy and Samantha end up.
Yeah, I have a feeling war's coming.
Well,
Oh, that's definitely part of it.
yeah, I mean, obviously, Maryann, it was amazing working with you. You know, we all, I think the one thing about Strange Films is I think with every project, me and Dad, if we're working, especially if we're working together, but I know me, myself, we just kind of go in like with there's an idea, right? There's the script, there's everything, but there's also kind of like that, we're just going to see what happens, you know, kind of, idea what happens, with who, because who are we really working with, or where are we actually working at, stuff like that. And, that day just naturally all came together really great. And, of course, you brought something that I've never seen on set before, and it shows later on, of course, when you won. And it's still, I think, when I've shown this to people and everything, like, this is a really, really great example of my Strange Films, what we can do and what we want to do in storytelling, and the kind of people we work with. And you really, really outshined a lot of expectations, I guess, that I've ever had with any actor or actress I've worked with. And going into the future, as long as it's pandemic and everything kind of settles down, of course, when time is right, I hope everyone would like to get excited about it again. I do have ideas in a script, in a story idea that in place to kind of see what happens to Samantha after these events, and what happens with Cindy, because she's still alive, and there's a big, I think there's still a conflict that needs to be resolved.
I don't know for Cindy. I like that crazy chick.
Yeah, I'm Team Samantha at this point after all these years.
Remember when we were filming? I mean, it was like our, I don't know, it was like my best time on the set. It was just a long day, but it worked really well and really pretty smooth. Yeah. And I remember I was like, hey, man, we got a hit on our hands. I kept telling you.
I remember you said that you were standing in the kitchen and you said it's going to be a good one. I can just feel it. And
of course, I smell a hit.
Yeah, I love, he does that all the time. He's like, I'll hit.
Because I was like, this is a hit, man.
You know what? That's the thing that's a charm about Strange Films. We got like those wacky stories and these really, really fun characters and whatnot. I think Happy Mother's Day is definitely one of the better and coolest, funnest things we've done to date. Out of all.
Definitely, because there's a couple of times where I caught myself where my mouth was open just watching you guys film. I was like, and Maryann screamed. I was like,
I know. I was like, oh my God! I was like, this sounds like we're actually murdering her over here.
Yeah.
I remember you said scream as loud as you can. I said, are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? And then when I did, her like, holy crap.
Yeah. It worked out really well. Obviously, everyone who couldn't make it as far as this commentary, everyone involved in this film, especially Ryan, who did all the special effects, did a just amazing job. I mean, we're really, really so happy that we got to create this thing with you. And it's something really, really you should be. I'm very proud of you. I know you're proud, and it's something I'll look back at. And I hope, like I said, I hope we can get to the conclusion of the Cindy versus Samantha. Hopefully Christmas themed, because I think that Merry Christmas Cindy is a really great title.
Yeah, Maryann, I would love to see you again.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to see you guys too. It's been forever, it kind of feels like, but it's funny because when we went down to the festival, that was our last big trip that we took as a family before the pandemic hit, and so that's also a little special kind of thing, what I mean?
When was the festival? Like, it feels like 2 years ago or something. Like
that.
It was February.
It was
last February.
Last February.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I felt like 2 years ago.
No. I know. You know, and it's like I was talking to the cast of Pandora, and you know, I was like, because we filmed Pandora like 2 weeks before that festival because we shot Pandora for the festival.
That's right. Yeah.
And you know, that's why we were in it. And I was like, if only we knew that 2 months later the world was going to end. Like,
I know. It's crazy.
like how bizarre of a year. But you know, 2020.
I don't even remember last February. I just remember COVID. That's all I know is COVID.
Yeah, that's all. My mind is like warped because of COVID. But
It feels like COVID's been in my life for like 20 years already.
You know. Yeah, and we did Happy Mother's Day back in like August 2019, and then and released in Halloween because it was released for the Knoxville Horror Film Festival, and then it screened again the Southern Oasis in February, and that's when you came down when you were nominated. So yeah, and it screened a few other places in Florida, I believe there was one, and then there's a couple online screeners that it got. You know, obviously the pandemic affected our festival run for everything that we've done.
Yeah.
But overall, everyone I've shown Happy Mother's Day to is really, you know, gets that element of like that 70s kind of horror vibe going on, that weird, just, you know, craziness going on. So, but we have to wrap up. It's only a few minutes left on our limited Zoom time, unfortunately. But thank you, Maryann. Thank you, Frank, my dad, of course, for joining me for the commentary of Happy Mother's Day. This is for you guys, of course, who support Strange Films and wants to get to know the filmmakers and everybody involved in the process. So hope you enjoyed Happy Mother's Day. Hope we see you again, Maryann, in the near future.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. And obviously, if things don't work out with the Cindy Samantha storyline, I still want to work with you, or at least hang out with you again.
I know, Maryann. Come on, man. We got to get you in another film.
I know.
Of course. I'm always down.
You're always in the Strange Films family.
Oh.
So, all right.
Well, I am always down for in your projects.
All right, guys. Stay strange. Thank you so much.